Okay.
You can ask Miss Roberts. Since she gave me a talk, I've been better.
Okay. In this class, did we go over these last in chapter 9? Okay, we'll do that then. We only did this with a few of the classes. I'm going to pass out a sheet to you guys, and I want you to write on the sheet what you think chronological order means.
Oh, gosh.
Even if you don't know, write what you think it might be. Think hard. You've heard it before. Chronological order. It has nothing to do with that.
Do we need to put our name on it?
No, well, sure. You already, let me see yours. I'm going to read a few out loud, and you guys tell me if you think they're right. I'm going to get a few more. If you're finished, let me know. Anybody finished over there?
No.
What, do you have to put something down if you don't know it?
Just guess.
Can put, I don't know.
No.
You're just supposed to write what you think chronological order.
I don't know what it means.
If you don't know what it means, it's a weird word. Okay.
I got one.
I've already seen one that is at least the most, I think the best explanation of chronological.
It's mine.
I think Caroline gave it to me. She says, I think it means the order of events in a story, like a sequence.
I put down the date.
So that's right. It's the sequencing of a story. All the events happen in a certain order. That's when someone tells you to put something in chronological order, then they want you to write the events as they happen in the story in the correct order. Instead of writing something at the end of the chapter first, you'd write whatever happens at the first of the chapter first and then go on down until the end. Does that make sense? That's what chronological order means. Okay, so moving on, you are going to put something in chronological order. We're going to do an activity on chronological order of the entire book. I'll pass that out in a little bit. But right now your activity is to think of chapter 9. Think what happened in chapter 9. You can use those pieces of chart paper and see what events we wrote down in some of the other classes. We just listed events, things that happened in the chapter. If you guys think of any extras that aren't listed on there that happened in the chapter, you can tell me. We can write those down too. But basically what you're doing here is you're going to list 3 events that happened in chapter 9, things that you want to write down, 3 events that you want to choose. And under the events, you write why that event was important.
I forgot what happened in chapter 9.
Well,
Do you write
look
why
at
all?
those. That pretty much tells you everything that happened in chapter 9, those events. You can use those too, but you can also use one of your own that maybe we didn't list up there. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about as far as writing these down, okay? Writing your three your 3 events down. Okay, my event was work no longer felt the same to tree ear. Now, I didn't copy that straight out of the book. That was just an event I knew by reading that work no longer felt the same to tree ear. And why is that important? Why did it feel the same anymore? Because he had always had a goal of making a pot, and now he had no work goals. So how could your job be exciting at all if you don't have any work goals? So therefore, he was just, work is not exciting. I don't get to make a pot. Tree Ear had been excited so far about his work, but now he's just uninspired. So I compare that to, if you're a 16-year-old and you have a paper route, maybe you're saving the money from your paper route to buy an iPhone, okay? So that gives you a goal. That will get you out of bed in the morning to go on that paper route to make that money to buy your iPod. But if you don't have any kind of goal for making that money, maybe you're less likely to get out of bed in the morning to go on a paper route.
What's a paper route?
A paper route,
Isn't that like where you use it? Throw the newspaper?
yes, is where somebody throws the newspaper in your yard very early in the morning. It was a lot more prevalent in my childhood. So, let's look at some of these. Okay, Crane Man made the jigay. Why is that important?
Because that's how he's going to carry the pots.
Right. Anything else that makes it important?
He can carry stuff in it and stuff the pots.
But what did this do for Crane Man?
It made him a backpack.
What did it do for Crane Man as far as getting the job to make the jigay?
You have to live in your men's house.
Made it easier.
Well,
He had to have experience.
yeah, he needed experience, but Crane Man had never had a real job that we know of, right? So he got a real job. That's another reason that's important. Not just making the jigay to hold the bases, but because that gave Crane Man a job where he got paid in rice and meals and things like that he had not had before. So do you see where these are going? You make a statement and then you tell why it's important. So I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes on that. After the buzzer goes off, we'll move on to something else. You can use those, yeah.